Chapter 1 Dark Awakening. In the far reaches of space, the Outlaw Star is seen drifting through an asteroid field. The crew members of the Outlaw Star bicker among themselves, discussing how they ended up in their current situation. They seem to do this more than often. "Great, now we're in an asteroid field," exclaimed Jim Hawking. "Give it a rest, will ya?" Gene Starwin said casually. 5 years have passed since the events of the galactic ley line incident. Jim Hawking, now 16 years of age, has taken on more responsibilities of the company he and Gene started years ago, and has grown tired of Gene's irresponsibility. They have been in more conflict usual lately, and he is highly considering parting ways from Gene and going solo. Jim says, "See, Gene, this is why I should pilot the ship more often." Gene says, "Come on, cut me some slack. Haven't I gotten you out of more tighter spots than this?" Aisha was ignoring the argument, and she was playing a handheld game system. She continued to stay with Gene from their previous adventures, still waiting patiently for Gene to pay her back for all her help when he made it big, as he would often say. She knew in her heart that he would never be able to pay her back, but secretly enjoyed his company. Suzuka was sound asleep, not worrying about the trouble they were in. She had faith that they'll be out of trouble soon, and trusted Gene and Jim they'll be able to get out of trouble soon enough. She enjoyed their company as well, so she continued to stay with him all these years. Gene looks back at Melfina as she quietly navigates the ship's internal matrix system inside her navigation tube. Melfina finally feels at peace with her place in the universe. She has considered going to college, and she wants to find a career that interests her the most. However, as Gene looks back at her in her containment tube, she has a discomforted expression on her face. Now Melfina is holding her hands on her head as she squints her eyes in discomfort. We are now transported inside her mind, suspended in cyberspace, where she navigates the Outlaw Star's central control center. "Who are you?" Melfina says. "An intruder has breached into the navigation matrix." It was a woman whose face is shown, but only from her nose to her lips. She was in a skin-tight black suit with a hood-like mask covering her eyes. The woman says, "It's been a long time, Melfina. I guess you don't remember me. We were never formally introduced, but you've met my master before." The woman then pulls her mask up, revealing her identity, and says, "I am Hamushi of the Anten-7. Melfina gasps and says, "You? I thought you were dead. Gene told me about you." Hamushi says, "Sorry to disappoint you. I'm alive and well." Melfina tries to run away, and Hamushi appears in front of her and says, "Where do you think you're going?" "No, leave me alone," Melfina yells. Hamushi smiles and continues to pursue Melfina. Melfina tries to hide behind pillars and tries to escape, but Hamushi seems to find her at every corner. Hamushi suddenly stops, and an internal voice speaks to her mind and says, "Enough of this foolishness. I'm taking over." Now you see Hamushi close her eyes and opens them again, and her eyes turn yellow. Melfina is almost near a door. Hamushi raises her hand and says, "Time," and freezes everything around her. Melfina was almost about to touch the doorknob, but she was frozen in place. Hamushi is looking into Melfina's face and says, Finally I have her. Now I could find this galactic ley line you told me about." Now a portal appears behind them, and Hamushi takes Melfina into it, and they disappear. Now we're back to the ship, and Gene says, Mel, are you okay?" All of a sudden, she starts to slowly disappear. Then the containment tube closes up. The tube opens up, and she is no longer there. "What the hell? Melfina!" Jim yells. Jim says, "Oh my God, where is she?" Aisha is looking around the area, and Suzuka grabs her sword and looks with her. Red alarms start blaring, and Jim says, "Gilliam, what's going on? Where's Melfina?" No response is heard. Then Gene says, "Gilliam, what the hell is going on?" Aisha begins to shriek and grabs her ears and falls to the floor. Blood starts to come out of her ears. Now the rest of the crew members are covering their ears as well. Aisha passes out on the floor. Suzuka and Jim are passed out side by side of each other. And Jim's hand is on his chest. Gene is struggling on all fours with his hands reached out, and his vision fades into black. A few moments later, eyes open blurrily, looking into a mirror. The vision clears as if someone has just woken up, and the reflection of a man named Squall Leonhardt is seen. What? Where? Huh? Who is this, and what the hell is going on? Gene exclaims. Gene's subconsciousness is apparently trapped inside the mind of this Squall Leonhardt, and sees and experiences all that he does. Gene is confused and distraught, wondering what has happened. Squall backs up from the mirror and is completely unaware of Gene's existence. He then exits the bathroom, and a phone is ringing on a counter. A name shows up on the phone, and it reads, Zell Dinched. Squall picks up and says, Hello? Yes. I'm on my way. To be continued.